Hi everyone, this is Ferry, and today I'm going to do a Sunday reading and for the weekly ahead. And ideally, I would do it every single week, and just to give you a heads up what's going on, and for the energy for the next week from the tarot and astrology deck, I'm using it right now. And I'm looking forward to get some feedback from you guys about this type of video as well. So if that's really helps you to prepare yourself for a new week. All right, okay, let's get started. And first of all, I'm gonna using astrology deck, and then to check what's the energy theme will be looks like. And then I'm gonna using the tarot deck and this one to clarify what's the energy and give you more insight and clarification about how you utilizing this kind of energy. All right, and so the first card shows up will be what's the energy looks like. Mars. This is very interesting actually, because Mars at the moment is conjunct in Pluto, and that's like a big deal in astrology. And then this card shows up, which is not surprising at all. And for me, I think when the Mars energy shows up, you have to be very cautious about your anger and your aggression, because I think things can be triggered or amplified, very accelerated very quickly. So when this card shows up, it's kind of like you have to learn how to maintain your anger, or like trying to be calm when things really triggers you, because Mars can go to a very extreme. Like, and a lot of people maybe know, like Mars also representing war. So like when this card shows up, trying to avoid initiate or like get involved other people's drama, trying, if there's a conflict, maybe try to calm down before you want to initiate a conversation, because that's kind of like very forceful. But in a positive manifestation of the Mars energy will be like very productive, very driven. You know what you want. You just want to get things done. But if that's your energy manifesting, keep that going. And also because I feel like Mars conjunct Pluto is also kind of like, all right, so there's a deeper things you need to be transformed into a how can I say, like more divine will instead of like your desire. Because sometimes when Mars is like, I just want to do what I want to do, like my way is the highway, that kind of energy. But when Mars manifesting in a spiritual way, it's like, okay, I follow the divine will, but I will dedicate it and to accomplish it. So this is different thing, but I think that's really depends on where you are and how you manifesting this type of energy. So this is the Mars, the first one. Let's have another one. Neptune, sacrifice. All right, so this is very strong Pisces energy in this video, and also which is also really like resonating as well. If you look at the sky now, and then Saturn is in Pisces, there's a lot of influence on that. So no matter what areas of life you are in the astrology chart, but I feel like this energy is like when the conflict happened, it's kind of like you need to find a way to find a common ground, because when you both have different opinions, and the only way can to find some sort of agreement between both party is maybe through sacrificing. But this sacrificing is not saying, hey, like I just want to prove who's right, who's wrong. It's like, okay, I am finding the common ground so we can actually peacefully moving forward. It's not necessarily saying, hey, I agree you are right, I agree you are wrong, because now we're both holding a strong opinion, but we have to moving things forward. So let's find a common ground to make things happen, to really moving things forward. And then we can sit down to really reflecting on other people's opinion, because when we have opinion, we're based on our experiences and our knowledges. But that's not fixed, because when you learn how to know where the other person coming from, you have more empathy towards them, and it's easier to come to a common agreement. Yeah, so this is like this two energy is talking about, and I think this might be enough for like a general thing. And I think I'm gonna get 3 cards and to see what's the energy will like play out. And also, of course, this is like a collective reading, and I just hope you don't take it as like so take what is resonate and what is not, and then that can help you to really navigating the energy in the week ahead. Okay, all right, let's see. The card doesn't want to come out. All right, there we go. The first one is the World in reverse. Actually, they have too many cards. I'm just gonna get another one. Just need one spirit. The Moon. Yeah. Okay, I'm taking these two. The King of Wands reverse, and Knight of Swords in reverse. And for when this 4 card shows up, this is really interesting. For the first one, the World in reverse. For me, when the World shows up, I feel like it's kind of like, especially when it's in a reverse situation, I feel like now this week you might need to really kind of like stop, pause, and not taking like not force things to happen, that kind of energy. You need to like reflecting on what's your next step, like in a more wise way, because sometimes we have impulses to acting upon something like without actually thinking, is that really good for you? And so this is like a very good indication saying, hey, now you need to stop for a little bit and reflecting on what's your best next action instead of like impulsively acting upon it. So this is the first card. And the second one, the Moon, this energy, I think is really resonating with the Neptune energy, because the Moon is kind of like saying, hey, now I really need to go back to my emotions, because it's not how the external environment affecting me, it's how I choose I feel. So the intuitively, you know how you feel, and then every single feelings has a need behind this. And then now it's like actually a time to close your eyes to see, hey, this thing triggered me. How can I understood what's going on inside of me, and how can I choose how I feel towards the situation, so actually I can letting go that nasty, aggressive, angry energy inside of me. Because when you get angry, it's actually consume your own energy. So no matter how much you hate the other person, the external circumstances, the only thing affect you is your feelings. So I feel like in this card, it's kind of like you really need to go back to your intuition, your feelings, to sit down with your feelings, to actually feel it, so you are able to letting it go. Okay, and then the next one is King of Wands, and King of Wands in reverse. And this is for me is also like holding your horse, because King of Wands is fiery. It's really like, I know what I want to go for it. I'm very passionate. There's a lot of passion. There's not spark going on in this week. But I do feel like this is kind of like, yes, you might very passionate about something, maybe a person, maybe a new lover, whatever. And just really need to holding onto that energy and to say, hey, yes, when the fire is burning, is yes, it's passionate, but it's like it won't last long. Because for you, I feel like you need to consider like what is for your long-term goal, what is your long-term like manifestation in the situation you will encounter. So I feel like this energy is like holding the horse, saying, hey, yes, I am passionate about this, but I don't want just burning burn it out very quickly. I want it last long. So maybe I need to take it slowly. So this is like King of Wands reverse energy is telling me. And this is like extra card, but I do feel like I want to take it on. So this is Knight of Swords, and which means, yeah. So in tarot, Knight of Swords, if it's like in a upside meaning, I feel like it's like quick action and like clear and deciding what I'm gonna do and like go go go, that kind of energy. And because swords in tarot is air energy, is communication, is like fast movement, and yes, making decision. But for me now, Knight of Swords, Knight of Swords in reverse for me is like, hey, slow down. But basically every single thing here, these three energies, like, yes, there's a very intense, potent Mars energy in the air. How can we really contain that energy, learn to utilizing that energy to make a better decision, to do a wise movement, instead of like a really like impulsive and just want to going forward and just like tuning to the passionate nature, but without thinking anything else, without thinking anything like consequences. So this also means like no matter what you're doing in the next week, trying to not make quick decisions. So trying to think twice, because it's not saying, hey, I'm just want to holding you back. It's just like, yeah, because this energy can go extreme, can go to the opposite. So you really need to be careful about how you approach and how you communicate and how you really express your emotion authentically without hurting other people's feeling and without making other people feel like defensive, because it's easier to getting yourself into some conflict. So that's the energy ahead. I think in general, it's just like really a lesson for you to learn how to contain the anger and how to like learn from the passionate nature, but not acting in an impulsive way. All right. Okay. So this is a very quick reading for the weekly hat, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. And please comment in this video if you have some story resonate or manifesting in the message I am delivering today. Thank you.